Greetings and salutations, my friends. Welcome to a brand new video. So in this video, we're going to talk about channel update. We're going to talk about series that are stopping or starting on the YouTube channel. Also going to talk about Twitch. We're going to go through analytics, Christmas plans, all that sort of good stuff. So if you're interested in any of that whatsoever, we're also going to talk about money. And I know people like that, but you know, Patreon and all that good stuff. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. If you're just here for sort of gaming videos, then move along to the next one. I'm sure there'll be one coming along soon. Right, so obviously this is the biggest time of year for YouTubers generally in ad revenue and all that sort of good stuff, because obviously companies are going for Christmas, they're advertising for Christmas, therefore the ad rates are going up and therefore we get paid more, which is fantastic. But also, as a 95% primarily a FM YouTuber, it's also massive because obviously the new release of the game. So I'm going to take you through, this is last month's viewing figures, or October rather. So this is October viewing figures in total. So as you can see here, we're just going to sort of skim across this stuff, and I won't go sort of too in depth, too nerdy on ya. Don't want to nerd out so bad. So here is October, and as you can see here, we sort of saw this sort of gradual drop-off until we got to the point where the FM18 beta came out just at the end of the month, like last 4 or 5 days of the month. So last month we got 1,200, sorry, I'll say October because then it's otherwise confusing. In October we got 1,248 subscribers, which was fantastic. A lot of that came, like I said, right at the end of the month. Views were 300, which is still... Every time I look at analytics, it doesn't get old. You look at it and go, I've had somebody, 397,000 views on my videos. Almost 3.8 million minutes watched. It's absolutely bonkers. As you can see by the ad revenue here, the Christmas advertising hadn't really happened. So we got the drop-off of views as nobody was really watching FM17. And then it climbed here just as, obviously, because more to do with the views going up. And sort of that day there, I got $32, which I was very happy about. So as you can see, like if you're talking about starting YouTube or wanting to go full-time or something like that, it's a ton of work. You know, like I was getting a lot of views that day and it went up to $32 in a day, which is, you know, amazing. But I'm working 60, 70 hours a week and have done for 2 years to get to this point. So I always try and I want people that are watching this video to sort of have a perspective on, you know, oh my God, I'm going to earn $500 a month. Yeah, eventually you might get there, but you're doing like a year's basically earning nothing whatsoever. So you're doing 40, 60 hours a week free for a year, and then you start getting dribbles of cash. And I just wanted to make that sure, because I know I'm a member of a YT Talk forum, and the amount of people I see there going, oh, you know, giving up after 3 months and something because they sort of think they're going to be the next PewDiePie. So as you can see here, the big video of the month was the Cardiff Met Uni beta save as it came out at the end of the month. But if we compare this to November's analytics, so 3.8 million views, we went up to 8.8 million views and 788,000, sorry, watch time, rather, 788,000, so almost double. And bearing in mind, you know, the actual full game didn't come out until the 10th of the month, so there was lots of people in the beta and interested in the beta, but the actual full game, and as you can see, my estimated revenue has shot up, partly due to more views, but also because Christmas shopping. This is the first month ever that I've been doing YouTube that I can officially call myself a full-time YouTuber stroke streamer stroke lover. I don't know why I said that. Right. So, but it's absolutely been amazing. So, but also you've got to sort of qualify that and go, well, actually, the views are up and great, but as obviously the shininess of FM18 wears off and the Christmas advertising finishes around, you know, last week until Christmas, or probably, I suppose it carries on into early January with the January sales, stuff like that. But once you get into February time, the ad revenue is going to go down. So right now I can officially call myself a YouTuber, but I imagine for most of last year it was about $600 a month I was earning from ad revenue, and I imagine I can see this sort of dropping back down to maybe 800 if I can because you sort of see the growth. But as you can see, the subscribers here, 5,400 compared to October, which was 1,200. And the month before, that was up 40%, or 122% apparently. So it's like the month before was like 500 odd subs, because obviously the interest had died right off. So amazing stuff. And also, I've got to also say about the ad revenue is that you see lots of channels that are much bigger than me that not be able to earn this sort of money, or this sort of be able to go full time and stuff like this. And that is because, well, you guys basically, because so many of you sit and watch the adverts, which I'm eternally grateful for. And that's a big part of that. And then you see the top 10 videos of the month was The Journeyman World episode 1 rather. That would be weird if it was episode 2, which is in that month made 45,000 views, which is ridiculous. So on that video alone, my estimated revenue is $57,000. Yeah, $57,000. $57. Interestingly, episode 10 also says $57. So it's like I say, it's not views. Look at this episode. I think it's maybe because I didn't have a mid-roll ad. Obviously, I've been hit by this demonetization. I tweet about it a lot because, well, a few times, and I whinge about it a lot. I know it's probably really boring, but every single video for the last about 45 videos I've made have got not suitable for all advertisers, means the revenue drops. I then have to appeal it if I think it's okay. Every single one of those 45 I have won. So, you know, they call it machine learning that the YouTube algorithm does. I'm waiting to see the learning part of that, because it's not at all. And my videos are fine. I win every appeal, but they still get flagged every single day, almost at the same time. It's nuts. So to sort of counteract that part of it, I've added mid-roll ads to halfway through my videos, the longer videos. And firstly, I was not sure about it. I know it's a regular practice on YouTube, but because I'd never had them before, I wasn't sure if I was going to get a backlash. And I've had one comment on it, and it wasn't even negative. It was just asking a question about it, which is, and that's again down to you guys, utterly ridiculous, the amount of sort of support that you guys give me. So that's sort of it for analytics, just the sort of basics, just to keep you up to date. So if we can look on like all time, and this sort of brings things into perspective now. I've been doing this for 2 years and 2 months or whatever it is. 66 million views. Watch time, 6 million views, which is just mad. And you can see the big spike recently. Total estimated revenue, $8,800, which I don't know, what's that, about £6,000. And that's a massive amount of money. But if you think of that, just this month, it was 1,000 odd. So, and also that's 2.5 years of working more than full-time hours, like normal full 40 hours a week, probably 50, 60 hours a week. 2 years and 2 months to earn $8,000. So that's what I like to sort of drill into people that are thinking of starting, is that it takes a long time for you to get there. And there's no saying you'll ever get there to this stage. I am very, very lucky. Even if you're the next Spielberg or the next funniest person on the planet, you still need luck on YouTube. You can do all your SEO and all that good stuff, but there's still a big chunk of luck on YouTube. What isn't luck is the ridiculous generosity I've had on my channel, and I'll show you that now. Also, I just want a quick look. I just want to, not October, let's have last month, so November. I never look at likes and dislikes. I know people get really pissed off when they get a dislike, and I have no idea. This is the first time I looked at it. So in November, 41,000 likes and 400 dislikes. Oh, it's up. It's up 70%. That's just because the views are. But, you know, it's great when you like a video because it helps the creator. But as a creator, it doesn't mean anything. They could like it because you're managing their favourite team, or they could dislike it because you said Man United smells funny. You know, so there's so many. Listen to criticism from people that watch your channel, especially fans that have been watching it for a while and say, oh, no, this isn't working, you know, this isn't as good as it used to be. And people that actually give you feedback that's useful. A like or a dislike is not useful feedback whatsoever. Shares is a thing. that's doing okay. Like, it's fine. I don't really ask, generally speaking, for people to share it. That's up to them, really. I don't want to sort of say, please like and subscribe and share and, you know, all the other stuff. It's just like, if people want to share it, that's great. That's up, obviously, just for the amount of views. The average watch time, which is an important metric, is up as well, up to 11 minutes, which is great, because that's a long old time average. But let me take you on to Patreon, which I don't know what to say about Patreon. It boggles my mind. If we look on... where is it? See, I'm dragging it off the screen so you don't see all the porn that pops up when I start typing in a Google search. This is a thing, you can look at this as well. This is a thing called Graphtreon, cleverly named. And you can see all the biggest ones. And you can just type in people. So I can type in myself. Just because it's quite fun, really. I have the 844th biggest Patreon in the entire world. And which is just mental, because this is I'm as tiny in the grand scheme of YouTube. 25, I don't even know how many subs I've got. How many subs have I got? However many subs I've got, 28,000 is a tiny little channel, really. You know, it's decent. If you look on also Social Blade, which is another website you can check out, I have the 168,463rd biggest channel on YouTube, and I'm not even sure if that's even accurate. I don't know exactly how accurate that is, but which is just nuts. I got a small channel, you know, that. For FM, obviously, it's one of the bigger ones, but generally speaking, obviously, it's very small. And to have this sort of support on my Patreon that just goes up and up every single month, and bearing in mind, at the end of each month, people pay their Patreon money, and it always drops down because people either cancelled it, maybe they just, don't watch you anymore, don't want to support you, or can't afford to. Also, people's credit cards sometimes reject it, or they just decided that they only ever plan to do 1 month to give you a little tip or something like that. So it always drops. But then throughout the month, it rides back up, hits that same point, and goes above and beyond it. This month, I've just been paid pretty much the same as what I get from YouTube, right? So it's $1,627, which I took, so they get a processing fee and a Patreon fee. And then I took home $1,448, which for a channel my size is bonkers. And I can never find the right words to sort of say thank you to you guys. Like, it never seems enough. And I get almost angry that there's no way of saying more, but just know that it means the world to me. It's helped me get a better setup. This, by the way, was bought by a big supporter of the stream. This decent microphone. I bought the arm to go with it, and a bit, trying to make things a bit more professional. Edge your way up the technology ladder, so to speak. And long term, as many of you know, long term is to move back home, or move. I come from Bournemouth. I currently live in Northern Ireland. The long term goal is to move back to the south coast to be close to my mum. She won't mind me saying this. She's getting on a bit, and, she needs help around the house. And I love living in Northern Ireland. It's a beautiful country, but I am quite desperate to get home, and so I can be with mum and the rest of the family, my brothers and my sisters and their kids and stuff that I only get to see a couple of times a year. So obviously that's every bit of money that comes in that doesn't go on improving the stream or food to make me fatter or whatever is basically going towards saving up so that we can move house. And you guys, for me making a sort of, probably less than minimum wage, to be honest, playing poker part-time and doing some business consultancy. The business consultancy pays okay, but it's I might do a consultancy job, get a nice bit of money, and then not do one for 3 months or, stuff like that. So to have this sort of support and this sort of income is absolutely ridiculously amazing, and I cannot thank each and every one of you enough. Even if you just watch the occasional ad, or even if you just, you know, you help out in other ways, you share videos, you know, even if you don't give me Patreon and stuff like that, just know it's going to, I know this sounds really soppy, not going to cry. Just know that it goes to what I think is the most important cause, and that is so I can save up and I can go buy a house or even rent a house nearer to mum. Because at the moment, like, Northern Ireland's great and it's much cheaper to live, but the South Coast is really expensive. So we're looking at places maybe in South Wales that's within a couple of hours drive of my mum's, somewhere that we can afford that's done, and you guys are helping do that. So just know you are literally changing my life for the better and my family's life, because, you know, they get to see this more often, and who wouldn't want that? So yeah, so again, just thank you so much, guys. Moving on from the soppy stuff, got a bit carried away there. On Twitter, so this is the other social blade. You can also search Twitch people. So this is a good way of tracking your favourite Twitch streamers, see how they're growing and all that sort of stuff, because I find it really interesting. And I'm streaming more and more on Twitch at the moment. There's a link in the description of this video. If you make sure you follow, because we're having so much fun on Twitch now. And even if you don't really want to watch the stream, but you just have some questions that you want to ask me about something completely different or YouTube related or whatever, that's the best thing about Twitch, is the instant conversation and feedback rather than me answering comments. So make sure you pop along just for a couple of hours, or pop in for 5 minutes to ask a question. Well, I'd love to sort of see you guys. And this has been growing really well. I'm trying to stream sort of 2-3 times a week. I've just applied for partnership, meaning that I can run ads, but more importantly, I'll have a subscriber button that gives you guys emotes, like little pictures. You know all about that sort of shit, to use, which is a $5 monthly fee that you guys can sort of donation, basically, because, you know, everybody bigs up that you can get all these emotes. At the end of the day, it's just a little picture. At the end of the day, the reason why you do any of these subscriptions on Twitch for people is because you want to support them, and hopefully I'll be getting that soon on my Twitch channel, which is really, really exciting. But I'm just really enjoying live streaming. We do some regular sort of Football Manager streams, and then because I'm a sort of night owl, I do sort of late night Loki and stuff like that. And I know a lot of YouTubers and streamers like vehemently stay away from sensitive subjects and stuff like that, and I totally understand that, because it can, you know, turn into a war zone of people disagreeing. But on my normal streams, it's just light-hearted, you know, football chat, talking about Football Manager, general sort of messing about and stuff. When we do the late-night streams, we've discussed racism, drug legalisation, politics, everything that is a sensitive subject we talk about, and it's been brilliant. And we've had lots of discussions with, we had a great discussion for about an hour and a half the other night about religion and all sorts of stuff, and it's fascinating. I really enjoyed it, and it even put the thought into my head as, I'd really like a podcast, not just a Football Manager podcast. There's plenty of really good Football Manager podcasts out there, but have a more sort of general chatty podcast. We talk a bit of gaming, we talk about a bit of life and stuff like that, and that's sort of in my brain as well. So yeah, so the growth, but every time I stream, we get 100, 200 new followers, and that's been amazing. I'm usually getting 300-400 views, which for Football Manager is crazy. There's only, I think, probably Dr. Benji really that gets more, and a couple of maybe foreign language ones and stuff like that. So that is all ridiculous and everything. So onto the YouTube channel itself. So as you know, the XCOM finished a while ago. Motorsport Manager just recently finished, and I've been mainly concentrating on Football Manager with a little sprinkle of Darkest Dungeon in there, because I really enjoy it. And I've said my golden rule many times: do what I enjoy. So when I stopped enjoying Motorsport Manager and became a chore, I ended it, and you guys were so understanding. Same with XCOM and stuff like that. At the moment, shiny new Football Manager is just, I'm really enjoying it, doing different stuff, trying to do some fun experiments and all that sort of good stuff. But eventually, you know, at the moment I'm running 2 different saves, plus experiments, plus guides, etc., etc. Eventually that'll sort of settle down, maybe into one series with some experiments sprinkled in, and I will bring other games back onto the channel. I do spend a lot of time basically playing games, not playing games, but researching games. I watch like game review shows. I watch latest release shows like Total Biscuit every week. I watch that because they do a really good reviews bit at the end. Something that triggers. I'm very particular about the games that I play. Because the one thing I don't want on the channel, and I've seen this a lot, and if you're a creator, make sure this is something that you do, is don't jump into a game because you think it's fun and you go, oh, cool, I'm going to do a series on this. But then 5 episodes in, you realise actually you're not a big fan of the game, or for whatever reason, it's just not sort of ticking with you, sort of thing. So what I would suggest doing is, if a game comes out that you look like you're really interested in, you can always do like if you just a first impressions video, a one-off video. But if you're talking about a series, is go play that game for a bit. Because you won't know if it's series worthy unless you've played it for a bit. At the moment, I recently just downloaded Fortnite and PUBG, or PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, the sort of battle royale thing. It's not normally my sort of games that I play regularly. I didn't play H1Z1 or any of the other ones, and I could have easily jumped in and started making some PUBG videos. But actually, I don't really like the game at all. I like watching it on Twitch and YouTube and stuff. Don't enjoy playing it very much at all. I found it quite boring, the sort of 20 minutes of collecting stuff. And so I'm going to play it some more because it might just be a case of me getting used to it. And also I've sort of downloaded Fortnite and I'm really enjoying that a bit more. But again, I could easily start a series or some videos on Fortnite, but another couple of hours of playing it, I might get a bit bored. So it annoys your viewership if you start series that you stop regularly, because people will start expecting it, or they won't get invested in a series because they'll think, he's probably just going to quit in 5 episodes time. What's the point? So really be careful if you're talking about a series of videos that it's something you really know you're going to enjoy. So I've been sort of playing about with other games and stuff and waiting. Like I said, I'm very particular with the games I play, but there definitely will be other games coming along that I think will be enjoyable. There's a couple that I'm thinking, but I don't want to talk about it yet. It's like secret stuff, and I want to see if I enjoy it. There was other stuff I wanted to talk about, but I've totally forgotten. Hold on. Just wait a minute. Might just edit this bit out while my sort of old brain recovers the information. Yes, I've got it. I just wanted to talk to you about Christmas plans. I love Christmas. I enjoy giving people presents. I always feel a bit awkward about receiving presents, but I love giving presents and seeing the family and stuff like that. But there will be nothing Christmas related. The most you'll ever see from me is maybe wearing a Christmas hat on a Christmas stream. That's about it. And it's not because I don't like Christmas. It's just that Christmas just gets everywhere. It's all over the telly. Every YouTuber is trying to sort of squeeze some tenuous link to Christmas into their content and stuff. And that's great and all sorts of stuff. And I decided I like doing stuff different. I decided I'm going to be the sort of I'm not going to be the Grinch, but I'm going to be the... Yeah, this is a place where you can just watch YouTube videos about gaming and stuff like that. We'll worry about, Christmas is everywhere else, all right? We're not going to be a Grinch about it, but I'm not going to be doing any special Christmas stuff. And also, I am going away for Christmas. I think I'm going away for about a week to see my mum, and we're going to cook a Christmas dinner, and it's going to be bloody amazing. We've got a poker night arranged that we used to do regularly until I moved away, and now I haven't done for about 3 years. My nephew's coming round, my brother, and mum, and Curly, and it's going to be... I'm so looking forward to it. And so I don't exactly know what the Christmas content will be. I'll try to record some videos for while I'm away, but I'll say this now, it might be a week without a video, but I will make a video, obviously, if that's going to happen, I will make a video saying, look, see you in a week sort of thing. But it's just that I don't want to... Christmas is always a hectic time anyway, and I don't want to have to be thinking about presents and packing and going away, and also thinking, shit, I've got to make 14 videos for one when I'm away and stuff like that. So And I'm not a big fan of pre-recording like weeks in advance of videos, because I like the interaction and changing stuff based on feedback and all that sort of good stuff. But yeah, so I will let you guys know nearer the time. There might just be maybe sort of 2 or 3 videos over that time, maybe one every other day. It all depends on how organised I am, and I am not an organised person. The final thing I want to talk about, how long have I waffled for? Oh my God, it's 25 minutes. Right, okay, we need to do a thing. If you got this far, you have to tell me in the comments what you want for Christmas. And you have to say, for Christmas, I want a blah. And you have to be honest, not silly, jokey answers. What you'd really like. It could be sort of, normal stuff, but you've got to pick something you'd actually want. No messing about your jokey stuff. I'd like to know what you want for Christmas, and it's just to see who actually watched 26 minutes of me waffling. But then I know there's quite a lot of you out there, because I keep getting asked about the Ramble coming back, which it will be coming back. The Ramble was just a kind of sort of weekly-ish talk show where I rambled for about 20 minutes about random shit that's going on with life and gaming and all that sort of stuff. And I'm just trying to find the right design for it. I don't want it to be... you've got to be very careful, like I say, with series. I don't want it to be... I'm doing it weekly, and then this week I've got nothing to really talk about, so I'm sort of just finding some stories just to talk about that I don't really care about. I want to find it nice. But the final thing I want to talk to you today is about my brand new YouTube channel. Bow, bow, bow. I've mentioned it on a couple of videos here and there and streams and stuff like that. But it's in the midst of being created at the moment. And it's going to be animal related. It's all about bestiality. No, it's going to be about basically dogs and cats. Now, if you don't know, I am a trained dog nutritionist, dog first aider, dog trainer, dog behaviour. I like dogs, all right? I like dogs. I'm legally allowed to run kennels. I've got all the license, all that stuff, right? And I adore dogs. We've got 3 of our own, Loki, Freya and Ollie. We've got 2 cats. And a few years down the line, when we move house and I've got a nice garden, I want to start my own dog charity where we look after almost a retirement home for dogs. You see those dogs in pounds that are like 10 years old and nobody picks them because of vet bills and stuff like that. And so I want to look after primarily older dogs and also dogs with behavioural issues that nobody wants to rehome. Either retraining them and finding good homes, or finding really good owners that are good and have experience with dealing with older dogs. Just the ones that the pounds don't want, basically. And part of this plan is having its own YouTube channel and its own Patreon. It's going to be a proper charity and all sorts of stuff. But as we know, we've talked about earlier, about the time it takes to build up a YouTube channel, is that I want this YouTube channel to be more than just that. So it's going to be happening probably just after Christmas. I do have a name for it, but I'm not telling anyone yet. It doesn't exist yet, but it will be coming soon. And it's initially going to be like pet reviews for products and stuff like this. So for dog and cats, generally speaking, products and services, doing really good reviews and stuff like that. But also talking about dog nutrition, because I know a lot about that as well, and dog foods, how to spot good dog food, cat food, blah, 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 all that sort of stuff, as well as like dog walking vlogs and stuff about my 3 dogs vlogs and all sorts of stuff like this, but also sort of tips. So stuff I've learned over the years of my looking after dogs, like just really handy tips that you don't think of, money-saving ideas, all that's dog training, all that sort of stuff. And obviously I'll be asking you guys that join the channel what they'd like to see, etc., etc. It's going to be really involved. So it's going to be, some dog reviews, like I said, training guides and all that sort of stuff. But it's still going to have the way I present videos, which is casual, having a laugh, relaxed, no over editing and all that sort of stuff. So it's going to be quite fun and silly, as well as being sort of helpful and hopefully saving people money and stuff like that. And once the channel is up, obviously I'll be making a video about it, and I'd like love it if you could sort of see your way to subscribing, even if you're not even a big animal lover, just to sort of help that channel get the initial boost, you know, view the first couple of videos or whatever, just to, because that's the hardest time of YouTube, is getting the channel off the ground, is getting those first few 100,000 views, those first 5,000 subscribers. You know, any YouTuber will tell you that is the hardest thing to do. So I'll let you guys know, and I would appreciate any support and feedback and stuff when that goes live. Like I said, it'll probably be sort of January time that will go live, but I'm really, really looking forward to that. Doesn't mean any changes for the gaming channel at all. That'll still keep running in alongside it. The reason being is that, well, I love YouTube, so it's another 10 hours a week is going to be fine. But also the dog channel won't, or the animal channel won't have, you know, 2 videos a day, or even probably a video a day. It'll be every couple of days. And Curly is going to be doing a lot of the work. She wants to get involved. She loves dogs also. So it's going to become her little part-time thing as well. But yeah, any support on that channel would be great and stuff like that. I think, we're done. Last little sort of note before I go. The old brain sock that we've got created. There's a link in the description. If you haven't ordered one, you need to order one in the next, when I'm recording this? So this is the 6th today, isn't it? So in the next sort of week, and then they're gone forever because they're limited edition. We're running a bit low now, and I want to save a few to do competitions and giveaways later down the line. So if you haven't ordered one already, go and get one of these brain socks. Also, I'm going to be coming out with some new merch soon. I want to do some FM18 merch. I want to spend a lot of time making it good, because I want it to be something that's funny or cool, not just buying it to support me, although you guys do, and it's crazy that you do that, and it's amazing, but I'd rather have something as well that actually benefits you. You have a laugh with it, or something that is actually wearable and not just shit, but I'm wearing it, I bought it to support, you know what I mean? So there we go, my friends. There is the rambling channel update, 32 minutes in. Again, just thank you so much for the support. It's blown me away. My mum, who knows nothing about technology, knows and has watched some of my videos. I spoke to her just yesterday, and I was sort of saying, she says, she understands what I'm doing. Like making videos, doesn't understand all the detail, obviously, but she was saying, I heard through the grapevine your channel's doing really well. I watched a couple of your videos, and I was like, oh, that's my son. And you know, that gets you right there, that gets you right there when your mum's proud of you and stuff. So yeah, and you guys make that happen, because I wouldn't be able to spend half the time that I do on the channel if it wasn't for the guys that support me, like I said before. So thank you very much, guys. I won't be making another one of these before Christmas, so but obviously I'll be making lots of videos. But just happy Christmas. Hope you have a wonderful time. Don't forget to tell me what you want for Christmas in the comments. I'm intrigued to know how many people got this far, or how many people just wanted to know how much money I earned and then they fucked off. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.